Okay, we're going to be working on page 193. Solve and show your work. We have 1 7/8 plus 2 1/2. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out my whole numbers and add them together. So I know 1 plus 2 is 3. Now I have 7/8 and a half. Now I have to think about, well, those have uncommon denominators, so I need to list the multiples of both 8 and 2. Because I know my math facts, I'm going to start with 2 first, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm going to count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8. I stopped at 8 because 8 is the common denominator. So 7/8 stays the same. Now I'm going to have half, and that has to have a denominator of 8. 2 times what gives me 8? That's 4. So I have 4 8s. Plus 7/8. I'm going to rewrite that. Remember, we do not add the denominators. They stay the same. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11/8 is improper, so we need to divide. 8 goes in 11 one time. Subtract. Leaves me with 3. 3 is my remainder. 8 is my denominator. So I need to add in 3 to that because I had my whole numbers. So 3 plus 1 is 4, and my fraction stays the same, 4 3/8. Callie finished the 200-meter dash in exactly 30 seconds. Another runner finished in 27 seconds and 8/10 of a second, or 27 and 8/10 seconds. How much faster was Callie than the other runner? So I'm going to estimate that. So she's 30 seconds, and the other runner is about 28 seconds. So about 2 seconds faster is my estimate. Now my number model would be 30 minus 27 and 8/10. And we'll get what that equals in a second. It equals S for seconds. When we write this, we want to make sure we line up our place value as well as our decimals. We want to regroup. Now this is where it gets tricky. I have 8 minus 0. I can't do that. Or 0 minus 8. So I have to go next door and get 10 more, but this has a 0. So I need to go next door all the way. This will become a 10 now. And then I have to borrow from the 10, so then the 10 becomes a 9. So make sure you are slow and steady when you do that. 1, bring down the decimal. 9 minus 7 is 2. So she is 2 2/10 seconds faster, which is close to the estimate of 2. Frances solved 4 7/8 and 2 1/2 and got 6 8/10 as the sum. Is Frances correct or incorrect? Well, there's many ways to tell that Frances is not correct. Frances is not correct because she just added the denominators, and we don't do that. Frances is not correct because 10 is not a multiple of 8 or 2, or the least common multiple of 8 or 2. So you'll need to choose why you think she's not correct, and you will need to explain that in a complete sentence. And I would begin with Frances is incorrect because, and you would finish the rest. And please explain in detail. You might need more than these lines. You might need a lot to explain. The rectangle below is a model of Gary's garden. What is the area of the garden? So I know area is length times width. So the length is 5/6 and the width is 7/8. So 5/6 times 7/8. And I multiply straight across. 5 times 7 is 35. 6 times 8 is 48. So what is the square area of the garden? 35/48. This one, explain how you solved problem 1. So go back and think. First, we added the whole numbers. Then we found a common denominator. Then we found equivalent fractions. We added. Then we simplified. However, your steps might have been slightly different than mine, and that is great if they were.